Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us live for Simply Spiritual. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the I Am Mantras, and today's mantra is I am radiant. I am radiant, for all whom see my face and hear my voice shall know that I am assured of self. I am always sending out a light of joy from my very being. I am shining, glowing in all directions from my aura. So it is uttered, so it is. Please help me invite our guest, our returning guest, Caroline. Welcome, Caroline. Please unmute. There you go.
Hello, thank you for inviting me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tuning forks. Did you appreciate those? Did you hear the tuning forks in the beginning?
I didn't hear it.
No? Okay, I did play them. And I think because you weren't on the stage, you weren't able to hear the angel tuning forks. But tell us a little bit more about yourself, Caroline. And you do have an interesting journey to share with us.
By creating a sacred space where we can do our prayer and meditation for the world and for peace for all people. I want to thank you for using the tuning fork because the tuning fork helps us raise the vibration right away so that we can become focused and centered on our spiritual self and come in alignment with our higher self, with Creator and Mother Earth. So I would like to first introduce the medicine wheel, or the wisdom wheel of transformation, it is also called. And I will introduce the 4 directions and create a border around the circle. And it is within that boundary that we will place our prayers, and where we will call in the 4 directions, thanking them. So we always begin with gratitude.
One quick point, Caroline. Yesterday we spoke of a special prayer that you did on the Indian Mound.
Yes.
Would you care to elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, and I often go to the Indian Mound to do my meditation or prayer for peace in America and for the world. And when I enter the Indian Mound, I always ask permission before I go into the forest. And the trees form an arch. I can actually see an arch, and I stand and ask permission to enter. And as soon as I am within the green growing tribe, as they are called, I feel I am home. I am with ancestors, and I just give abundant thanks for the trees, and they offer so much contribution. But as I made my way around the Indian Mound, I began calling in and honoring the 4 directions and the 4 elements. And so I would like to do that now. And I'm showing you that I'm burning sage first before I begin my meditation. And I have my wing that I use. I use the white sage and my wing to clear the space. And this helps create sacred space, and it also helps clear me. of any energy I do not want to bring into the circle. So when we come into the circle, it is a sacred space, and I close the gate. So it creates a border. So
Caroline,
as we go around the circle,
I have a question,
yes,
Caroline.
go ahead.
Could you tell us a little bit about that wing before we begin?
Yeah, yes, the wing was a gift to me to help me. It is a hawk wing, and it's used to clear away any evil, to dust the space where I'm working, and to create sacred space. So some people use an eagle feather, or some people quite often use a wing. I'm also a shaman, and I use the wing to clear people's auras and to help with that modality. So, working before starting my prayer and meditation, I clear the space and I burn. It's just white sage. I have some here so you can see it. And it smells wonderful and it clears the air. If there's any bacteria in the room, it it does. It's like a natural antibiotic. And I know that at the Onondaga Nation, um, in the springtime, the people use the branch from the white pine and they light it just as I did the sage. And they go into each person's home and they smudge the home. It's called smudging by using the pine. And that drives away any illness that lingered from the winter and welcomes the spring, the fresh energy of the spring.
So that's the
So
first
this
part.
is that's the first part, yes.
Okay.
So as I continue now going around the circle, I'd like to begin in the north. And the north part of the circle is a place of the ancestors. And I would like to give abundant thanks to our ancestors, to the teachings, to the foundations that were laid long ago. And this is the beginning of creating my container, my boundary for into which the prayer and meditation will go. In the north is the element earth. We give abundant thanks for the earth and for Mother Earth who supports all life. We just give abundant thanks. In the north, it's also the wheel of the animals, and in the eastern part of the medicine wheel, we give thanks to the deer, and that is the leader of all the animals. And the deer has given its fur for warmth, for clothing, and also for food. But it is the leader of the animals um, because it has great strength, but it's also very gentle. It knows how to lead with gentleness, but has great strength and wisdom. And so that is the position of the north. And we will ask for wisdom in our prayer today, that we will be given wisdom during our meditation. And then moving now around the circle, I'm going around the Indian Mound now. And to the west, it's a place of the water. And the water is the place of the past. It's a place for we want to transmute any old energies that are no longer for our highest good. We want to transmute them and bring in new energy. And by doing that, we have to go within to the place of introspection, where we go within and listen to the voice of spirit or the voice of creator. And that's where we receive our instructions for living. The bear is the keeper of that direction west. And bear teaches us how to go within. When they go within to hibernate, they know they have everything they need and they just trust that process. So bear gives us strength to go within the void of ourselves into that inner temple where we find truth within. And so I give abundant thanks for the direction of the west, for water, the element water. Water is life. We give abundant thanks for the water of the earth. And we pray that that will be transmuted, that the water will be transmuted and cleaned and cleared. All the while, we are doing these prayers to help bring forth the new earth and to bring forth the rainbow prophecy of peace. And now, going further, we go around to the south direction. It's the place of fire. And it's the direction of Wolf, who travels in packs and teaches us loyalty to its family. And the great lesson of the South, our Southern seers, for one thing, have vision and are visionaries and can look ahead. But also the South position is the place of the purification of our heart in the fire. And that's where we purify our hearts so that we can have the eternal flame. We can rekindle that spark of the eternal flame of love within us. And that gives us the ability to love each other unconditionally. So it's the Creator working with us and Spirit helping us to come to that place of unity through diversity, where we can truly become one in sisterhood and brotherhood. And we pray for America that we can become one family and respect all people. We are such a wonderful country, and we have such a melting pot of diversity that we want to come to the place where all people are treated with dignity and they can maintain their integrity through friendship and through love. So that's very much a part of our prayer today, is praying for the people who do not feel safe at this time, and praying for them that they will be safe. All people will be safe. And so we give abundant thanks for the direction of the South and the element fire that is so important in our lives. And we're bringing these energies into our circle. And as we go around to the east direction, it's a place where we see the future. It's a place where we bring all of our prayers around to the future. The element is air, and it represents the winds of change. And that these winds, of course, as we go around, it also represents springtime, which is a new beginning. And it's the rising of the sun. I did have a vision where I was praying and fasting, and I saw a new sun rising, and I heard the words, "A new peace sun is rising." And I started crying, knowing that that will come in time, and that our prayers are helping to bring this about. And the more people who can join in our collective conscious prayer for peace, the higher the vibration will rise. So I'd like to invite everyone into this circle today, as I am calling in the four elements and Creator and the Spirit, the Great Spirit or the Holy Spirit, into our circle today. So in the springtime, we will also hold the vision and imagine the new earth where all people live together in peace. And so now that I have created a border, I have created like a container into which we are going to place our prayer and where we are going to imagine the new earth. And within that container is the place, as we hold that vision, we imprint it on our hearts and we raise the vibration of the whole earth. We raise the vibration of all people, from anger, hate, hopelessness, to love and peace and joy. So we have that ability. We are given that power. And I have found a model for us to come together and do this collectively and consciously, raise the consciousness of humanity. So now I have created the boundary and I'm closing the gate. Excuse me. And I'm combining all energies as one, Creator and Mother Earth. And if we can just close our eyes and take a deep breath and just inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4. Just release anything that is on your mind. Just completely clear your mind, because we're going to be moving from our mind down into our heart now and feeling. We're using our feelings and our heart. And put your feet on the floor so you feel grounded to the earth. So we actually are an axis between heaven and earth. And that's why when we raise the vibration, not only do we raise that spiral that's coming up from below us, from Mother Earth, to give us that divine feminine energy, we're also receiving from the spiral above us, from Creator, to give us great strength and to give us all the qualities that we need. Everything is provided for us on this medicine wheel. So now let us just go into the circle now. I want you to just imagine, use your imagination to see or feel a large circle gathering. And you begin to see people coming into the circle. And imagine the ancestors and the animals. They're all in a circle, but it's in a different dimension, but they are very much with us. Our ancestors are in a circle just above us and also doing ceremony. They're joining with us. The great tree is in the center. That is the axis between heaven and earth. Some call it the world tree. Some refer to it as the tree of life. The Native Americans used the white pine, the great white pine, for the Iroquois nation. And that is the tree of peace. So there's a great tree in the center of the circle. Use your imagination. I want you to see now, we've seen people coming from the north direction and filling all around kind of the outside of the circle, just standing around the border. And now to the west, we can see more people coming, and we can begin to see world leaders coming. Imagine world leaders coming from all the 4 directions to come and sit in the circle around the tree. And these are like the great chiefs that met to form the first United Nations, the Iroquois Confederacy. They came and gathered around the tree of peace, and they sat and they spoke among each other, and they became friends. They shared their stories, their beliefs, and that's how they formed the perfect first union, where there was no war. Their weapons were buried under the into the hole in the ground under the tree, and they were washed away forever. So one of our prayers, part of our prayer is the intention that we will come to a ceasefire, and that also we will lay down any arms that we have in our hearts, and that we will put aside our differences and open our hearts to receive people of all faiths, of all races, colors. So, what we are bringing forward today is the rainbow prophecy for peace on earth. And now we want to see, now that we've seen the leaders in the center of the circle, you may see them shaking hands. And when people shake hands, that they're honoring the person with dignity, and the person can stand in integrity. So integrity and dignity walk together when we can shake hands with people and become friends. And Chief Shenandoah taught me that as a peacemaker, we shake hands with people, and in that way we grant them dignity and we honor them for who they are, with great respect. That's part of the circle we're forming today, and we're imagining these people have great respect. These leaders have great respect for each other. And through imagining, we're beginning to create this new earth we're living in, this new future that we are creating for our children and grandchildren, as well as ourselves, by visualizing, by raising the vibration, and transmuting all lower energies that are dense and are no longer for our highest good. So, continuing around the circle, you see more people coming, families are coming with their children, all different colors of the rainbow, all the four sacred races of man coming from each direction, taking their places in the circle beneath the shade of the great tree. It's a beautiful vision, and it's the vision created that is being held in the collective consciousness, and it's called the rainbow prophecy, that there will come a day when all the races rise. A new race will rise of all colors, and that they will help make the earth green again. They will cooperate, and it will be a time of peace among all people, all beings. And my prayer is for peace and respect for all beings that live within the circle of life. That includes the animals, the trees, and even the water and the creatures that live within the water. So, as you visualize this great circle, let us just have gratitude for our vision and give thanks for the new sun that is rising soon. It is the new peace sun. And there will come a day when we see this happening. And that's the day Black Elk spoke of, where the tree blossomed, because the human being was able to evolve to the place of higher consciousness where we become one people, one family, living together in peace. That is my prayer for today. And as we all join our minds together as one, let us focus on transmuting all lower, heavy, dense energies that cause people pain and suffering. And we're going to call together, raise those energies up, and see that bright sun shining. See smiles on the people, on the families, on the children playing. And see a new earth where the water is clear, crystal clear, and where the colors are beautiful. The earth is green. The sky is clean, where the birds can fly. It's safe. Let this be our prayer for today, that we will see this day come when the new peace sun rising. And we give thanks to Creator, to Mother Earth, and we give thanks to the four directions now. And we disengage from all these energies with gratitude in our hearts that we're able to come together as one and we can create the new earth. And so it is, and so it is. Aho.
Absolutely beautiful. And so it is uttered, so it is.
And so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Caroline. This prayer reminds us all that we are all to stay in the awareness that we are to uplift our others and the planet every day, especially during such critical times that we live in right now.
Mhm. That's so true. So many people are suffering. So every day, even if you just light a candle, I have a candle that right here, that's the fire, and just go within your and find that sacred space inside you where you can speak with creator and find out what your purpose is to help bring about the changes that we need so desperately.
Yes, yes. A beautiful, beautiful Native American prayer. Thank you so much,
You're so welcome. Thank you for
Caroline.
inviting me.
Is there anything else you'd like to share before we go?
I think that I really wanted to put forth this prayer as a prayer that many people can still join in whenever you. It's a prayer people can use over and over if they'd like, and just use your imagination to to help create that circle. Within that circle is the place of creation with the four elements and spirit. It's a place where creation takes place. And so anyone can enter that circle and begin to pray and ask for the highest and greatest good for all living beings on earth, in America, and in the world, and give thanks, gratitude, be grateful for all that Mother Earth provides for us every day, and all the blessings we receive.
Absolutely. And I think yesterday you pointed out that before we even begin our prayers, that we enter in to our prayers with an attitude or a state of being grateful for all that we have.
Mhm. That's so important. And the Iroquois, Chief Shenandoah taught me about the importance of the Thanksgiving address. Before every meeting, before every prayer, the Thanksgiving address addresses every living thing under the sun with gratitude. And they believe that gratitude in this way sustains the earth and sustains all life on earth. Maybe one day I can do the Iroquois Thanksgiving address next time.
Ah, is there a certain time of the year that that is done, or that
Every
is
every day, and
beautiful
it takes time because you go through every living thing under the sun
and
and
be
give.
grateful?
And that is all the animals, all the trees, all the medicine plants, all the stones, all the water, the creatures in the water. And as we give thanks for all these things, we help to sustain it. And Chief Shenandoah, he was Tadadaho, the high chief of the Iroquois, and also Speaker of the House of the Iroquois, and a peacemaker. But he said, when we no longer give thanks, that the strawberry will no longer appear and we'll have to start using the leaf. We
Oh,
won't get the fruit. So when we withdraw our Thanksgiving, then we from the sun, giving thanks for the sun will no longer be helpful to us, but it will begin to harm us. And so I was present when he gave that address at the United Nations, and he spoke the Thanksgiving address, and he wove his prophecy of what's happening to the earth because of the disrespect and because of how polluted, and it's great disrespect for the earth and
Mm.
what is happening, that the earth will end as we know it if we don't begin to give thanks and have gratitude for all life on earth.
The power of gratitude, it is.
Power of gratitude. In one of my books I learned in the Essene teachings that when we have true gratitude from our heart, we are actually standing in heaven. And we reach heaven when we, with all of our heart, are grateful. We are speaking to heaven, and it's heaven on. We're bringing heaven on earth as we do that. So let our prayer be today that all people not just survive, but that all life survives and thrives, that all life thrives. And I'm going to end on that.
Absolutely. What a wonderful way to say farewell for now. Until next time.
Until next time. It's
Until
been so
next.
much fun. I really appreciate your show and all this work that you're doing to help the earth and to help people
Thank you
come
so
together in peace.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I appreciate you as well, and look forward to having you on the show again to enlighten us with this Native American spirituality.
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us here in Simply Spiritual. See you next time.